Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Board Games Unlocked, and today I'm doing a run-through for Grimcoven. This, hopefully, will be the first of many run-throughs for this fabulous game, I plan on doing a run-through for at least Scenario 1 for all the bosses. And there are 8 bosses, so if you love this game, or you're interested in this game and you want to see how all the different bosses work, well then, keep an eye out. But I don't have a set schedule yet. However, with all that being said, this one is going to be up against the Convergence. I decided to just go in alphabetical order because I'm autistic. So, for that, we're in Scenario 1 against the Convergence, and facing off against the Convergence, we have the Gunslinger, which might just be my favorite, although I don't think I've seen... Have I seen every... No, I haven't seen the Twins or the Clockwork guy played out. And then the Technomancer. Now, the other thing is, a little small caveat, I've never played this true solo. I've never played this solo with two-handing. I've only ever played this multiplayer. So, it'll be interesting to see how well I do. Although Scenario 1 typically is pretty straightforward. And then also, I never realized how sprawling this game is whenever you're actually playing it by yourself. So, gonna be quite a lot to try and recall. But, let's see. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So let's, I think there's a little bit of, there's a prologue. So, I have been yearning for love all my life, and I've never even come close to it. Anyway, starting the prologue. Each time love acted like a rainbow. It seemed stunning from afar and tempted me to come close, but when I did, it ceased to exist. Was it because of my disfigured dwarfish body? Was my manner of speech abhorring? So is this? This is the, oh man, what do they call those? Not a manuscript. Oh man, I always forget. The thing people write whenever they're about to just commit mass murder. Is it It's not manuscript. It is... I can't think of it. Were the things I dabbled in too complex to understand? Or is my alchemist career too disgusting? Yeah, this is a Discord moderator's, a manuscript is the word I'm going to use. Years went past, and as my knowledge and skills grew, I discovered, for example, that I had the uncanny ability to control the flow of the breath of the deity, as we called it back then. It attracted the attention of many wise men, yet what did it give me? Years went by, and my hope for a happy love life withered. Soon I was resigned to the dark despair, and the despair summoned dark thoughts. Begin the hunter's phase! Okay, so... the only thing about the Convergence that is unique, long thought to be a strange natural phenomenon, this tornado of lament carries a human-shaped visible within its red coils. As of yet, no hunter has been brave enough to face it or learn how it came to be. So the tornado, which you can see is right there, these are bone piles. The Convergence plays around additional models presented on the map. Tornadoes. They are harmless on their own, but when the Convergence activates them via special effect or due to an attack card, they may lay waste to the battlefield. Yeah, so... whenever it says activate tornadoes, resolve the activation effect for all tornadoes on the map. The activation effect may be found on the Griefbound stat tile in the special section. Manifesto! That's it. That's the word. I was close with manuscript. Yeah, manifesto. All tornadoes are activated simultaneously. Each hunter might be attacked or dealt damage by only one tornado during each activation. The tornado has its own dice effects below. Okay. In this case, activate all tornadoes, attack all hunters in range 0 to 1 with 3 dice, and then move 2. Okay. So that is the tornado. I'm just going to pop him right there. Okay, and then I also decided to do the personal stories for them. So we'll start with the gunslinger. All right. My jaw hurts, my stomach too, but it wasn't my fault. Jared started the fight, not me. Why do I always get the beating? Why? Because I'm the youngest? So what? I read better than that moron Jared who can't even spell his name. Blasted idiot. And Thomas? 2 years older than me, and he misses any time we go to the shooting range. And there is this oaf Derek. Father tells him all the time that cleaning the gun is as important as firing it, but no, he's never going to learn a damn thing. And why do I get the beating? Why me? Because I'm the smallest? The easiest to catch and hit? I hear Father saying, "Shut up, Clint, you pup," and I cringe. Father's so cringe. I hate Father. I hate him so much. He heard me crying. Oh, how it hurts. I ain't gonna forget that angry, twisted face. Spit all over his face. Father yelled and yelled. I wish he would stop, but it didn't work. Then the beating came, and I swear it was easier to bear than the yelling. I can't move my arm, and my ears bleed now, but still I choose that to be yelled at like I was a stupid dog. I barely remember his words, but I know he called me a weakling, a whiner, a softy. He wanted me to be strong like himself and the other brothers. He wanted me to honor the memory of Old Flint, our sacred ancestor. Oh, God. The gunslinger's dad is a Republican? How sad. He wanted me to be proud. Proud? All right, Father. I will show you what pride is. Let my detention finish. I hate you, Father. I hate you so much for what you did to little Phil. All right. He is dense and clumsy. All right, we all get the beating when you're not happy with us, which is most of the time, by the way. But you're the one to execute the punishment. It is your job, yours and yours only. Don't tell me to do what is your responsibility. Don't make me beat those who fail. Maybe psychos like Thomas and Gina enjoy it. I don't. And I will tell you that the next time. All right. So at the end of the hunter phase, each of my weapon and armor activations have dice on them. Okay. Easy enough to do. So he needs to have dice on it. And now we're on to the Technomancer. God. Hers feels a little more difficult. My name is Beatrice, and today I've just discovered a failure. The existence of forces governing the world is unquestionable, yet it is not appropriately covered in school. Today I pointed it out to the teacher, but the man's attitude disappointed me gravely. Not only did he refuse to debate the issue, but he also punished me with detention for insolence. Insolence? How could he have confused thirst for knowledge with cheekiness? I have made up my mind. I will not waste my time there anymore. I have just had a disturbing argument with Mother. It seems that she did not become accustomed to the idea of me leaving school. I believe I presented a sufficient number of arguments against the continuation of public education, but she still supports the old-fashioned idea of completing school. I do not understand her insistence. School teaches only basic things and does so in an outrageously fragmented manner. Besides, it wastes an intolerable amount of time on lesser religious studies and art. I can't afford it. I must speed up the process of expanding my knowledge. I know that there is a goal somewhere at the end. Still, there are mundane obstacles to overcome, such as my mother's obstinacy. I was told that I would not be given any money for self-study unless I came back to school. Such persistence. I wish to become distinguished like Parthena herself, the grandest sorceress before the fall of Kralholm. And yet I might be stopped by such petty obstacles. I am thinking of ways to obtain ample means. In the meantime, instead of continuing experiments with physics, which I temporarily cannot afford, I have focused my interest on biology. They are easier to conduct as there is an unlimited number of specimens to work on, such as frogs, lizards, cats, dogs, and birds. The studies of their anatomy reveal myriads of ideas and conclusions, so many that I barely managed to write them all down. I have never felt more fulfilled. A week ago, I was stopped by the town's authorities and put into custody. What an insufferable nuisance. I am behind schedule now. I cannot understand people's silly attachment to their pets. What is a dog if not a specimen to study? Don't people know that science is the only true religion and it requires sacrifices? Mother's anger is also difficult to understand for me. I am deprived of my tools and instruments here, but even though I continue researching cockroaches and rats, It does not go well because I am constantly distracted by my thoughts of a better life. I am sure there are many who have better conditions and take them for granted, without even realizing how entitled they are. I do not know their names, but still, I hate them. Still, as soon as I regain my freedom of movement, I am planning to focus on metallurgy. I am not sure it will lead to any public offense. I only hope that the authorities have not banned me from using the library. Alright, so at the end of the Hunter phase, have a total of 5 burns and or stuns. Okay, so that's what I got for them. Now, let's do this. Okay, so we still got a lot to read, unfortunately. So the elite doesn't really matter. No event yet. The cultists, we got bandits. There's a hunter in range 0 to 2. Charge, move 2, attack all hunters in range 0 with 2 dice. Otherwise they will ambush, teleport to a portal space closest to any hunter, and then attack all hunters in range 0 to 1 with 1 die. So they can kind of pop around. Then we have, so the random tile is the Sanctuary. Light a candle, draw and resolve secret card 21. Oh, I didn't grab the secret cards. Or speak with the priest, draw and resolve a random secret card 23. Damn it. Okay. The river is rushing this way. I have all the cards right here, which you can actually see. We got the holy tree in the forest. The massive tree with long sturdy branches shielded Sir Lirnan as he lay here wounded after confronting the high-ranking traitor about his suspected coup. Okay, so any number of times per hunter phase on any forest, so you can discard 1 shield or 1 cleanse icon to gain 1 tactic and heal 1. Nice, so it's not a one-time use. The ball and chain, which is right there. Such magically activated wrecking balls are said to have been used in the first hopeful stages of the military campaign aiming to capture back Crowholm, later dubbed the Gruesome Retreat. Alright. So this event cannot be discarded. At the beginning of the event step, roll 1 die and resolve. Okay, so they basically swing and potentially can hit enemies and hunters. So okay, so they're moving around. So I have to remember that. The pile of skulls there are 2 of. They say that in the final moment of the gruesome retreat, the decimated army of Queen Hilda the Blind was fractured into small pockets of resistance. This pile of skulls is all that remains after one of those last stands. Okay, so... Okay, once per hunter phase on any pile of skulls space. Roll a die and resolve. Deal 4 damage to all hunters and enemies. Gain 2 lament. Or take 2 damage and gain a lament. Got it. Alright, I'm also using the cardboard tokens. This is actually the first time I just don't want to use the upgraded ones because they're atrocious. They're so bad. And then last we have Hungry Spirits. This is for the cemetery. Hear them howling? Poor wretches! Those spirits used to be men and women once. They were hunters, but unlike me, they were reckless idiots who succumbed to hunger too easily. Damn them. Old Flint said that. So once per hunter phase on any cemetery space, take this card, discard 1 lament to choose. Heal 2 and discard 1 status token, or heal 1 and discard 2 status tokens. Alright, I have a decent amount of ways to heal. I remember these are all random. Then we got 2, three chests. And I think that's it. So, let's see. And then obviously the Convergence is right here, which I think he just looks pretty cool. So what is he doing? Endless Winds. Focused, so if I don't put 2 damage on here, hunters in range 0 to 2 from each tornado, teleport to the closest space with a tornado, attack all hunters on the map with 2 dice, resolve only burst, and then he resolves his special. Got it. And then gross. Yeah. Then the burst deal +2 damage, and the hunter moves 2 towards the closest tornado. Got it. Okay. Well, that's pretty gross. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Gotta roll all my dice. Alright, let's see. So, we're starting with the Technomancer because she has the least amount of health. She is in front of two minions, so that's not a bad idea. To each enemy in range 2, actually. So I could just move, and I can actually deal. So I have her to where she can actually teleport with her armor, and I did get that result. So do I actually? Well, I guess I have her starting all the way back there. Because I could have the gunslinger deal with those minions pretty handily. Or might have to move. Because right now the weakness is the head. And I have my long rifle, which does additional damage. And I did actually get a result that would allow me to use that to shoot Convergence in the head. If we're able, we have to do 5 damage to that to potentially get an opportunity, which would be pretty sweet to go ahead and just pop that. But God, there's so many things. The ball and chains is a bad pull because of the tornado, so we have multiple things that are going to be moving around the map and dealing damage to us. But what's also kind of neat is I could have the gunslinger sprint through that portal and get here, and then I could shoot him. That would be pretty awesome. But, so action. Discard 1 cog to move 1 or set 1 die to a chosen side. That's pretty cool. Okay. So I could... How can I get... I mean, I could have... Oh, actually. That's kind of cool, too. Okay. Can I deal 5 damage? I can. I can actually deal 5 damage with what I rolled, so this is cool. So, we are going to sprint, and I apologize, I can't show you the board, the hunter boards. Just, I mean, look at this thing. It's massive. It took me an hour to set up. I completely... because it's been a hot minute since I've gotten this to the table, completely forgot how long it took to set up. But yeah, so whenever I get new cards, I will, I'll show them on the ones I choose. But anyway, so we're going to sprint. It's also going to be a lot of me leaning, so we're going to go through the portal, 1, 2. And then I'm going to use my flash armor to teleport to a chosen space in line of sight. So, and each spot can hold 4. And the Grief Bound counts as 2. So, oh, also, there is 1 on there. Alright, so I teleported, and then, cool. Yeah, let's go ahead and use this double cleanse to deal 2 damage to an enemy in range 2. So now he's not focused. So that's pretty cool. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm using my arcane staff, deal 1 damage. So we are at 3. Oh, actually, that worked out a little bit better. I thought I was going to have to forge a bullet. So yeah, the Technomancer, her gimmick is that she has these extra dice, these extra brown dice, that she can activate on her armor or weapon, because her upgrades or evolution cards can be weapon upgrades or armor upgrades, and it can, like, trigger them. The Gunslinger, as you imagine, forges bullets that he can stack onto spots, and then he can spend them. When you resolve an action that deals damage, you can discard all bullets to apply their bonuses, so he can get really powerful bullets, which is really cool. So are we just going to be leaving? I think I'll use 1 die, not a cleanse. I think I'll gain a tactic. Boop. And I teleported, which was actually pretty cool. Okay, so actually, I'm gonna do something a little bit different. This is gonna be better. So instead of dealing, because I can deal 3 damage with the Gunslinger. So instead of dealing the 1 damage to him, I'm instead going to run. I'm gonna go 1, 2 into here, and then do my arcane staff, killing this guy, because 1, he's just dead. But on kill, she gains 2 armor. And if you're also not familiar with this game, probably the biggest thing I think is weird. I don't necessarily hate it. I'd probably lean more towards dislike than liking it, but you only have 2 denominations of armor, which is 2 and 4. And it's kind of odd, because if you have an instance of 2 and you gain another instance of 2, you do get a 4, but you can't get higher than 4. And you don't get change. So it's just odd. Anyway, so that worked, and then she's also going to be able to grab this Lament, which will be nice, because if I'm not mistaken, well, that's in the Lament phase. I want to say that when you end your movement, you pick up Lament. And you do get a Lament for killing them. Okay, that's what I thought. So, let me just double check movement. I'm pretty sure that when you end your turn, it's not, you can't move through them. Lament Rifts. Oh, Lament. Okay. They end their action on a space. Yep, okay, that's what I thought. Okay, so that's her turn. Her having an extra die is actually very handy, because I would not have been able to do all that. So cool. She ran in through the portal, shocked him with the arcane staff. It looks like a Tesla coil. And now we are on to the Gunslinger. So the Gunslinger is going to have to do something pretty similar. So we are going to sprint through the portal. Boom, boom. So going through the exact same one. Then I am going to use... Yes. I'm going to use a die to forge a bullet. And then we're going to use the long rifle to deal 1 damage in range 2+ and line of sight, so I can shoot him. I'm very close to that ball and chain. But not close enough. And then, because if the body part is a head, which it is, I deal an additional damage, and I'm going to spend this bullet to deal a 3rd damage. So 3 damage right off rip, which is 5. And that will get rid of that. Which will actually get him 2 lament. And her 1. Which also reveals the opportunity stagger. On a grief-bound card kill, roll 1 die. Okay, so we got all hunters in range 0 to 2, which is only her, may move 1 or refresh one chosen action, refill the attack track. That's not great. So the only thing that prevents the refilling of the attack track. Okay, so I might have her move 1. So, let's see, because what's going to be happening? The Griefbound and all tornadoes move 2, attack all hunters in line of sight of the Griefbound or any tornado with 2 dice. All tornadoes move 3 and resolve special. That's worse. that is worse. Nice. Actually, so this... Oh yeah, that's right. It's a card kill, so it becomes a trophy. Great. Okay, so... I was not planning for that. Because she can't go again. Well, I guess I will have her move. And I still have 2 dice. What do I have to have for him? At the end of the hunter phase, each of your weapon and armor actions have dice on. Each of your weapon and armor actions. Oh, okay. I was thinking 5 burn and stun for her, but he only has to activate his stuff. Okay. So that is a little bit different. So I have my strap armor and cartridge case armor. I could use it to... Actually, I'm just going to use it to gain 2 armor, because I'm probably going to need it. And then I think for him, I am also going to gain a tactic. Okay. Yep. So that... Jesus Christ. So that is going to be the hunter phase. So, first things first, at the beginning of the event step, roll a die. That's actually cocked. Same result. Move 2 towards the closest enemy. Deal 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. To each hunter and enemy. Okay. So this thing might come in handy. Only if it actually hits him. So closest enemy. So we'll just go 1, 2. Unfortunately, doesn't hit them. It's range 0. That bums me out. Okay. So that's the event step. Then we resolve a new event card. Living Flames. An eruption was upon us, and the monster later dubbed the Convergence. A vortex of flesh and debris rose to the blackened sky. Princess Hilda placed 1 lament and 1 burn on each lament rift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, and then a burn. Neat. And a burn is basically chip damage on everything. You don't have to take the lament when you land on those spots, but you do. Well, this isn't the worst thing. So, if you're fighting the Convergence, which we are, each hunter in range 0 to 1 from a Lament Rift gains 2 burn, which is going to be the Technomancer, because she is 2 away. Well, that's 2 of the 5. Alright, so that is the event. Now we got the minions. So, oh god damn it. If there is a hunter in range 0 to 2 charge, so this thing's going to move 2. So we'll do that one. It's going to attack with 2 dice. Which is going to be... Okay, so it's 2 claws, which for them is deal 1 damage. So that will get rid of her armor. Then those 2 is otherwise ambush. Teleport to a portal space closest to any hunter. Attack all hunters in range 0 to 1 with 1 die. Okay, so we can have this one teleport here and deal 1 stun. Okay. I will put this on cleanse, and we will have this one teleport here. Yep. Alright. So those are all the minions. Then we have the event, or the elite. Pop 1, remove 1 from this card. When the last is removed, spawn this elite enemy on a portal space closest to the Griefbound and flip this card. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we can choose. I have the Gunslinger being long range, so I will actually have the Technomancer. And then the elite is the Shadow Weaver. Alas, some wraiths learned how to spread wisps of lament to rally flocks of minions or even create them. I need to kill this guy. Yeah, luckily he doesn't activate right now, but yeah. Yeah, basically this thing seems to empower the minions. Alright. So now we got this attack card. Alright, the Griefbound and all tornadoes move 2. And so I think he would actually... Whenever they move, pretty sure it's just a bad time. Because there's a spot that he can move that would just be pretty brutal. Trying to remember. You know, this is... Oh, here we go. Oh no, it's just explaining his board. So, entering the final act. Where are you? Okay, so... Because I can't remember if it's just that they move towards the closest, or I'm pretty sure it's just the closest. Yeah. Alright, well, the tornado is going to be moving 2, and then the Griefbound is going to be moving 2. Then, attack all hunters in line of sight of the Griefbound or any tornado with 2 dice. Okay. Alright, so I have the 2 dice here. So the tornado... Where is it? Okay, so this is just going to be the two dice. Alright. So we got a fist. Oh, and this is Wreak Havoc, which is going to be plus 2 dice. So that is going to be... Oh my god! That is disgusting. That is 5 damage. Well, we'll say that's on the Gunslinger, so he'll take 3. And then he'll take 1 more and a burn. And, well, actually, I can't. Do you roll individually? It's been a hot minute. I think it might just be... It might just be all 3, so that's gonna hurt. So then she gets another burn. Yeah, I must say it's just 1 roll. And then we have all tornadoes move 3, and for the convergence, it's just resolve like a standard. Tornadoes cannot enter restricted spaces like deep water. Okay, so just gonna move into here with me, and then resolve special. Activate all tornadoes. Attack all hunters of range 0 to 1 with 3 dice. Okay. So, that's going to be not... Okay, so not that bad. 3 damage. I mean, I just got absolutely eviscerated by that. But that was... Oh, God. And then we'll refresh. Oh, it's another head. That's nice. That's kind of nice. I need to heal. I know the chests heal for the most part. And then we do this where he's going to do the special and basically stay there. I'm getting hit again by the tornadoes, okay, so I'm taking just 1 more damage. Because the tornadoes don't hit on the burst results. So these results, and I actually rolled 2 of them. I have more dice. I don't know why I only put 2 out. Okay, well that was brutal. Probably should have looked at that opportunity. So there are ways. We're still good. We're still good. He's about to get messed up. So I did that. Now we are in the lament phase. Draw and resolve a corruption card. So for the raging, there's no hunger. There's 0 to 6. Oh, lose 1 corruption or gain a tactic. I can't gain another tactic, so that'll have to be it. And then for the gunslinger, lose 1 corruption or heal 2. I will heal 2. That sounds very nice. Okay. And then now we can spend lament during the... So we're going to start with her. So we're going to have spend 1 lament, draw 2 evolution cards. Oh, that's not nothing. Okay, so we got maintenance reboot, which you can't, so these are what they look like. So for 2 bursts, I can discard 4 status tokens, which might not be terrible. I mean, she has 3 burn on her. Or assault enhancement, so weapon upgrade. Deal 1 damage in any range and line of sight. If you have shield, deal 2 damage instead. That's not bad. And then the weapon attachment. During any weapon activation, you may discard shield to increase damage of this action by 1. So if I had multiple ways to get instances of shield, I could discard 1 to deal 3 damage. But I kind of like the status. I could also spend a lament to redraw or get another die. If I choose not to take either of these, I can get another die. But she already has an extra die, so it's not the worst thing to... If we're gonna be getting a lot of burn actually from him, I'm gonna take the maintenance reboot. Okay, now we're gonna do the same for the gunslinger. Okay, third eye, you may use tactics tokens on any die roll. Oh, on any grief-bound roll. Or any enemy roll. Or fast reload. On a kill, choose 1. Refresh 1 chosen weapon action or restore 1 discarded die. On a kill, that's just a passive. That could be pretty solid too. And the third eye allows me to hold another tactic. Oh, that dog of mine. I mean, I'm probably going to get another headshot. Damn. Being able to get a potential another shot. I mean, his long rifle needs a dagger or 2 arrows to actually be good. So, I mean, on a refresh, I don't know. Okay, man. I don't know which one I want. I might go third eye. Being able to spend a tactic to re-roll their dice. That's pretty good. Yeah. And then we go to the refresh step. So we will pass that on. And then refresh all dice. Oh, okay. That's actually pretty solid for him because we can now get rid of some status tokens. So I think, okay, yeah, so did that. Then each hunter may discard any number of cleanse icons to discard 1 status token. That would be 2 dice. I need to get out of there. 1, 2, 3, and then I could shoot him. Yeah, I'm gonna discard 2 dice, get rid of the stun and the burn. So I'm not doing much on my next turn, but I will do enough. I only have to do 5 damage. And then for her, just 3 burn. We're both at 7 health. You don't lose whenever you go to 0. You just get a critical injury. It's obviously not great. I mean, she's gonna be doing some stuff. Well, the question is can I? Because I want to be able to pop that head. I can do 3 damage again. I mean, if I get lucky, the ball and chain will move again and just whip up on the convergence. That'd be cool. What did I need to get for that? A burst. Move 2 towards the closest enemy, which would be the convergence, and deal 3 damage to him. So I could just get lucky. I can spend tactics tokens to re-roll those dice. I don't hate it. So I could do some cleaning. And the elite has 6 health, and it has a possibility of being insta killed, which is always nice if you can get that to pop off. Well, she only got 1 cleanse. I know I need 5 to do it, but well, how do I get? I mean, I could just. That's so rough. I could. What can I do with her? When does she need 5? Is it just have 5 at the end of the hunter phase? That is not amazing. That's 5 damage. I mean, she's taking 3 right now. And then there's a chest there. What else lets you heal? The Hungry Spirits let you heal over there. As an action, take this card, discard 1, lament to choose 1. So he might do that before I yeehaw out of here. The Sanctuary is probably a heal as well, if I had to guess. Because I'm thinking of having her... Oh, man. I can have her do some cool stuff. Oh man, I could have her do a lot of cool stuff because I forgot that pile of skulls. Oh shit, no, is that worth it? Pile of skulls could potentially do a lot of damage to that elite, but also to her. Gross. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna use it, get rid of a burn. And then she's gonna take 2 damage. Okay. That was it. That was the whole, I was trying to think ahead. So now we're back in the hunter phase. So the plan is to use the hungry spirits and discard a lament. I'm gonna heal 2. Actually, and discard 1 status token. So actually, I'll save a cleanse and get rid of the stun because I forgot that the hungry spirits can get rid of the stun for me. Okay. So that was that. I'm out of lament. I think... What was the plan? He could potentially... Okay. So I'm not going to actually have her do it. I'm going to hope that... We're going to sprint. I'm getting away from that fucking tornado. 1, 2, 3... And then I'm going to activate that once per hunter phase on any pile of skull space. Roll a die. This is risky, but I did just heal a little bit. And it could be amazing. Holy shit. That's exactly what I mean, it's not great, but... Deal 4 damage to all hunters and enemies. So I'm taking 4 damage. But so is the elite and this minion, which does give me a lament. And that pile of skulls goes away. I'll just flip that one because we have another one out there. Okay, well, I didn't have to use a tactic, even though I could have. So now, I can make a bullet, use my double arrow to shoot him, spending the bullet. So that will be 1, because it's 2, because it's the head, again, and then 3. So 3 damage, again. So that stagger isn't awesome. It does refresh. But we could again get lucky. On... Yeah, and then I think I'm actually gonna run 1, 2, and I'm gonna pick up this chest. Which, choose one. It's gonna be the heal 4. I could gain a green die or gain 4 armor. I'm actually kind of away from everything for the most part, unless, the tornado just decides to, whip around. I think getting that heal is the best bet. Okay. Well, that worked. That worked out pretty well. So then the question becomes... What do I do with her? Do I do a cleanse? She doesn't have that much health either. She is near a a chest, which I think they all have a heal 4, but then they all... But I could be wrong. I don't really remember. I kind of want... If I can get rid of that elite... Third Eye, you may use tactic tokens on any... What is this, a D12? On any D12 roll. It's just a passive, so I could... Because it does have a chance of being removed completely, and that would just be nice. Or he could just be delayed for a good amount of time. I think... Because I don't have any number of times per hunter. I could actually just have her heal a bunch too. I don't know. The plan was to have her do what the gunslinger just did, but he actually had the perfect dice to do so. What do we need? She doesn't need a dagger for anything. I could have her move into the spot. You know, teleport to any chosen space in line of sight. Okay. Which is not awesome where I'd have her go. Let's have her move into here. Then we'll use the cog to deal 2 damage to each enemy. So that's 2 damage. That is the 6 that we need on the elite. Which we're gonna roll 1 die. Okay, that's not bad. It's not an insta kill. First of all, she's getting 3 lament, and he's getting 1. So she has a lot, but that's pretty much kind of like the best result. It's all 3 of these, so he's kind of out for the count for a while. Then, yeah, because the arcane staff is all 0, so I don't want her near the... Okay, no, this will be cool. So I can sprint, actually, and go here. Then, I will use the double shield to teleport over here and pick this up. Pick up this chest, which is a heal 4. Gain a purple. I'm just going to do the heal 4. Yep. Because I got wrecked. And then I will use the flash armor and gain 2 armor. That's not nothing. Only 2 minions out on the map. I mean, we're about to spawn 2 more. No. It is spawn... Is it number of players? Number of players plus 1? I swear I just read this, and now that I'm recording, it's like, okay, time to forget literally everything. Okay, number of hunters. Usually tied to most common. Okay. Yeah, so it's just spawn. Yeah, so it'll be 2. And then they'll start on 4, so it'll be 4 and 5. Okay. But I think that's it. So what we're wanting for the ball and chain is the burst. Yeah. Okay, and I can spend... Okay, yeah, I'm going to have to spend a tactic on this reroll. And that worked out. So this thing will move 2 spaces towards the nearest enemy and deal 3 damage, which is enough to actually break this. Cool. Which I'm just gonna give it to the gunslinger since he's the one who wounded him the most. 2 trophies. And then we're gonna roll and hopefully get another burst, which we did, so we do not refill the attack track. Nice. Although the I don't even know what icon that is. The pickaxe looking one, the curved pickaxe. All hunters in range 0 to 2, which is none of us, can move to and heal to, but then you refill the enemy track. In this case, we do not. So we actually staggered him. So this was a very good round. We healed. I just realized I never got rid of those burn. Alright. So that was the ball and chain. That's nice. Now we have an event. Refill the attack track. Bolster the ranks. Place 1 lament in Rift 5. Boop. If there are already 2 elite enemies in the game... Oh god, no way. Otherwise, draw 1 random elite enemy card, place it face down next to the... God damn it. I really don't like these kinds of cards. Because I have everything organized. I'm not doing that. I'm cheating, but... I will say I'll just get rid of... It says hunters may decide to collectively discard 2 lament. Number of players to place 2 or more. I'll just discard 2 lament. I'll say 2 lament each. Just to make it a little bit easier. That completely wipes him of lament, so he's not even leveling up. To not do this. Because I don't like reaching out for extra stuff. I don't even like doing that when I'm not recording. But I have everything organized and set up. That means I'd have to get up and fucking go to the box, dig through it, and find the elite cards, find the miniature that matches. No. Nope. Okay. I think that's a fair compensation of 2 lament each. There is not a hunter because we only have 2 out. So this one, teleport to a portal space closest to any hunter. Guess this one's gonna go there. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So that one's actually just gonna stay there. Nice. And then the elite he was killed. We remove 1 of those. And we would be bringing out another elite, but fuck that. He is staggered, so he does nothing right now except refill, which is cool. And then we will spawn. It's gonna be 2, so we're gonna start on 4 and 5. Okay. So that was the enemy phase. Then we go to the lament phase. Start with him. Gain 1 tactic or heal 2. I'm gonna heal 2. And then for the Technomancer, gain 2 shield or discard 2 status tokens. 5 burn is rough. I'm gonna get rid of 2 status tokens. Yeah, because none of us have any hunger. Yep. I can't really remember if you're supposed to reshuffle these, but I don't think it really matters all that much. Alright. So, we're looking pretty good. I know I cheated, but you have to understand where I'm coming from. I don't know anyone who would be like, oh boy, a second elite, that seems awesome. Yeah, let's pause the game and just go and grab all that shit. Alright, so he can't even level up. She can still. So, portal manipulation. That's fucking cool. So for a cleanse, choose a portal in line of sight. Place this portal in any other space in line of sight. Deal 1 damage and 0 from the portal you just placed. That's fucking neat. So she can just move portals around. But that means I'm needing a lot of cleanse. Team shield, though. You and all hunters in line of sight gain 2 shield. Armor attachment power up. After any armor action, if you are in range 0 of an enemy, gain 2 shield. So that's an armor upgrade. That's kind of nice. Have to sync that up pretty well. Let's see. We're on torso, so I'm not getting extra damage. Although the ball and chain being there is actually kind of nice. That ball and chain might just be the thing that single-handedly gets me the win. The portal manipulation is kind of cool because it could really... I mean, I'd have to... Huh. That's interesting. However... Yeah, I'm going to do the team shield. Just cause, I mean, if I can sync it up, then that'd be pretty dope. Okay, so this passes over, and we are refreshing. So, and I can actually activate that. Did I get anything cool? Alright, and no statuses. Hungry Spirits is going to go back. That was kind of nice. And we are ready to go. So the Lament Tornado. Each hunter moves towards the Griefbound, deals 7 damage to all hunters in range 0 to 2. If the hunter is in the corrupted form, deal 9. Well, we're not even close to that. So, just need to deal 5 damage. And we're not at a level up yet. Which I actually just realized I should have kept those out because chances of him leveling are pretty high. Moves 2 towards him. So we kind of want to stay away from him or just damage that. And he resolved the special, which is the tornado moving. Okay, what can I do? I mean, I could do another teleport. No, I can't. Yes, I can. I could do another teleport. And get near him. And then hope the ball and chain... Actually, the ball and chain is pretty much guaranteed to knock 3 damage on us. So I just have to deal 2 damage. Okay. So we are going to... Yeah. We are going to spend this cog to set a die to a chosen side. And we will set this to its double purple. No. No, not that. Not that. Well, yeah. Yeah, because then I could use this to teleport to a chosen space in line of sight. So we're going to teleport here. And I think I will pick this up. Each hunter loses a corruption, eh? That's actually... Healing... You know, I'm going to risk it. Yeah, let's lose a corruption. So the Gunslinger is actually going down to 0. That's all the chests, though, which is unfortunate. So might have to save those. But that will allow me... I'm going to go ahead and move in here. Hey, what's up? What's up? We're gonna be buddy. I'm gonna deal 2 damage to him. And then okay, she only needs 1 now to upgrade. Let's see. I can't. I think I will actually spend her tactic to reroll. Okay, that's better. That's better. That's ooh, cool. Yeah, that's actually way better. Let's 1, 2, 3 for a sprint, and then spend the shield to do arcane staff. Kill this guy. And on a kill, I gain 2 shield, which bumps her up to a 4. Hot damn. So now, I need tactics for him. Or, I just shoot some guys. Yeah, I'll use my dagger on my long rifle, deal 1 damage and 2+ in line of sight. I can kill this guy, which gives me a lament. That's kind of cool. We're hoping that the lament tornado doesn't go off on the ball and chain. I think I will. I didn't get a. Can't do everything. I thought I was. Well, I can do his strap armor and at least gain 2 armor. Then I will gain a tactic, just in case I need to re-roll some stuff. Then, can I weather a burn? I mean, I can weather a burn. That seems pretty solid. Do I just want to forge a bullet? I might just forge a bullet. Whether they attack in range 0 to 1, so he would teleport there and hit me. But there's a decent amount of lament there. The rushing river is a thing that if I enter there, I'd have to. Oh, you can get rid of burn. I forgot. That makes sense. Rushing into water does get rid of fire. I don't have a shield or anything to gain. Oh, hold on. Let's be a little bit smarter. Let's spend the second dagger to gain that tactic, and then discard a shield to gain a second tactic, which I can put on my third eye and heal 1 with the holy tree because I'm on a forest space. And then there's the sprint. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going through any portals, but I will go 1, 2, and I'll pick up the burn and the lament. All right. That feels pretty good, I think. So I have 2 tactics now. So at the start of the beginning of the event step, which we are now in, we're going to roll for the ball and chain, which doesn't really matter what it gets. Yeah, so closest enemy, which it's in, deal 3 damage to each hunter and enemy. So 3 damage to the lament tornado, which will just wreck its shit. We'll give that one to the technomancer because it's the one that dealt damage, and then we'll roll to see what happens. That one is all hunters in range 0 to 2 may move. Let's spend a tactic and re-roll that because I want the burst. Damn it! Well, I'll spend my other tactic. That's why I got it. There we go. Oops, sorry. It was a burst. So, yeah, do not refill the attack track. And this is random, by the way. The ball and chain was a random landmark that didn't come, that wasn't like set up here. So, and you may use tactic tokens on any D12 roll, and that's a D12 roll. So I'll take it. Hell yeah. Okay, that's awesome. Just this spinning ball and chain just wrecking this thing. It's like because you can get in like Souls games, for example, you can definitely just stun lock bosses. And actually, funny enough, I just played Wu Chang Fallen Feathers. Pretty good game, by the way. If you're into Souls games at all, I had a pretty good time with it. But there's a boss that has these electrical pillars that you can bait him to attack, and then it shocks him and stuns him. I want more. I wish more games did that for like boss fights. I know Zelda games have that. But I kind of like more difficult games like Souls games to have gimmicks like that, environmental effects. Anyway, all that is to say, Ball and Chain is doing a lot of the heavy lifting here, and that's it. So now the minions, we have 2 out. So this one, I'm just gonna have to keep grabbing this. It's range 0 to 2, yeah. So then he's gonna teleport here and attack for 1 die. We have to take whatever it is. 1 damage, which gets rid of all that. And then this one is going to teleport there and attack. And that is a stun. I'll do it on the cleanse. Okay. And then the elite is going there. Then nothing here except a refresh. Still torsos, that's a shame. And then now we're doing a stage. Boom, level up. So hopefully, I think these are 2s, yes. So now it's gonna be a little bit more damage to both of them. Tempest Wrath. This event cannot be discarded. Resolve it at the beginning of the event. Oh, I forgot to draw an event. Well, now we're going to activate each tornado at the start. But let's see what this event was. Ooh! Each hunter may... Dark Ritual. Each hunter may spend 1 lament to resolve. Place a random treasure in 0 and gain 2 burn. I will do that. Did she not gain any lament? I know I spent all of it. Did she not kill... She did kill an elite, so she should have 1 lament. I will have the gunslinger do this. So I'll grab the 2 burn and then a random treasure, which the random treasure I'll just grab from the 3 I got and put it in a space with me. Boom. Alright. Well, that's kind of nice. I mean, I'm at max health. So now... okay, so still not that bad for damage. We're getting pretty lucky, although I think these are all the 0s. Did we, speaking of which, wreak havoc? That was a 2. That makes sense. That was a 2. I think the rest we've been doing have been 1s. Nice. Okay, so now that's that. Then we'll be doing the special again. Activating all tornadoes now. Need to remember all that. Then we are in the corruption phase. So we'll start with her. Still no hunger. Move 2 or gain 2 shield. Move or gain 2 shield. You know, I kind of like her guerrilla tactics a little bit. I think I'll actually save on the... Well, no, I'll actually have her gain 2 armor. She also does doesn't have that much health. And then heal 2 or lose 1 corruption at the end of the corruption step. Oh, okay, reshuffle the corruption deck, so it'll tell you. So still no hunger, which is pretty nice. I don't really need to heal 2, and I can't lose, so I mean, I'll just heal. Now I'm at max health, and then now I'll shuffle. Because losing the corruption kind of helped, because that means we can, when you go back on corruption and you hit the evolution track, you don't evolve, but when you go back up, you do. So, which is what we're about to do. And I think we're going to spend the 1 and the 1, so we're both going back up to evolve. So we'll start with the Technomancer. Stimulated Injection. Gain 1 burn and 1 stun to choose one. Refresh one chosen action. Restore 2 discarded dice. Or gain 4 shield. Or Lightning Bolt. Deal 1 damage in range 1 to 3 in line of sight. You may gain up to 3 stun to deal 1 Yeah, we're going to Lightning Bolt some bitches. And then... Oh... That's hot. Lament Seeking Bullets. Forge a bullet, and then I can spend it. This attack ignores line of sight restrictions. So get a Heat Seeking Bullet. Now we're talking. Bullet with your name on it. On a minion kill, you may discard 1 die to forge a chosen bullet or gain 1 tactic. On an elite or grief-bound card kill, you may forge a chosen die and gain 1 tactic. Yeah, I'm taking the Lament Seeking Bullet. It's actually kind of interesting. I've gotten a decent amount of upgrades without having to get the dice. So, yep. Now we can refresh. I forgot I have all those burns. And I didn't get a single freaking cleanse. And I put it on the cleanse. Well, that's okay. So, that's that. This is passing over here. And I'm taking 3 damage. And she doesn't have anything. Alright. Well, we're going to do some cool stuff. Not real. Well, actually, now on in hindsight, I wish I had. God, this was actually a terrible roll. Ooh, oh hey, I can go into the river. And that might not be the worst thing. Discard a burn and roll a die. That could be good. I need to move though. Yeah, I might actually leave that that chest there. Holy Tree, I could. Yeah, I'm going to do the Holy Tree. I'm going to discard that, gain the tactic, and heal 1. Then, I literally rolled 4 daggers. And I did get a tactic. I can't re-roll those. And she doesn't need or daggers for anything, so assisting is not helpful. And unfortunately, he's going first, so she can't assist him with anything. So, we are going to run into... I'm just like, oh my god, I'm on fire! It didn't go away! And this will be a burst, which is moving 3 down the river. and taking a damage, which gets rid of my armor. And that is actually has to be in line of sight, huh? It wouldn't have to be if I rolled an arrow. So I think I am going to use my tactic to re-roll these. Okay. That I can make work for sure. Unfortunately, it's no head. Which is a shame. We all like a little head, don't we? We are gonna... I don't need... Actually... Well, now the stupid tornadoes are moving. Oh, it says activate all tornadoes. So activate, they just attack. And then they move too. Okay. They attack first. Oh, that dog of mine. I just need to do 3 damage. I can do 3 damage. That's no, I can't. She can do a shit ton of damage, actually. I can do 2 damage. And then she can lightning bolt his ass. And then we again hope. Well, first... God damn. I need to move. Which I can. So we're going to sprint. Yeah. Yep. 1, 2, 3. Now he's ranged 2 away. Then... Ooh, she can team shield. No, she can't. Oh, yeah, she can. That's actually kind of nice. Then... Yeah, we're going to forge a bullet. And then I'm going to use my dagger to shoot my long rifle, spending the bullet to deal 2 damage. 1, 2. To the firestorm. Which is good enough. That means, at the very least, he's not going to be focused. So... Nice! Okay, that worked out. I did not get another tactic, which bums me out. I didn't have the dice to do it. I could have had the dice to do it if I got that chest. But I didn't. Alright. Her turn. So. The lightning bolt. I could deal... Has to be line of sight. Well, first thing we're going to do is we're going to use a shield to kill this minion. And on kill, gain 2 shields, so now she goes to 4. Now, oh, I actually just realized she does use daggers now. So the lightning bolt requires a double arrow and a dagger. So, which she can get. I'm not going to be able to lightning bolt now because I don't have the dagger to do so. I could have, again, well, yeah. Could have assisted her if I had realized it was both. Oh, and her team shield also does use the dagger. I'm just stupid. But the team shield doesn't necessarily... I mean, she could give him the thing. So... We need to be able to... So if we... Well, I could get the dagger. Because I forgot that she has an ability that lets me spend a cog to change a die to a chosen result. So I would have to move. I need to do at least 1 damage. That's the thing. Oh, perfect. Okay, yeah, we're going to move here. And then 1, 2, 3. That is... It's range 1 to 3. And what's the worst result? The claw marks is the worst result, because that means it moves towards a hunter. So the most common result on those, and I have no way to re-roll them. Okay. But I will spend the cog to change this into a dagger, spend the double arrow and a dagger. So do I risk it? Because I just need to do 6 damage. So the lightning bolt I could shoot and just deal 1 and not take any stun. Or, I mean, I could just pop it right now. That's the thing. But that'd be at the cost of 3 stun, and I'm kind of banking on that ball and chain. You know what? I'm going to risk it. I'm going to deal 1 damage. Save that lightning bolt for something better. And then she can't go above 4. What do I need? I guess she can gain a tactic. Just in case. Yeah, we only have 1 minion out, which is kind of nice. Or I could have her... No, I already moved. Alright, yeah, that's it. That is it. So, first things first, ball and chain. Ball and chain, baby. It's a fucking burst again. That's amazing. Move 2 towards the closest enemy, deal 3 damage. That's awesome. So, gonna crack this again. Who dealt damage to him? I did. I dealt the most. That's 3. I'm taking the trophy. Nice. Actually, hold on. I don't know why I keep tucking these under here. I don't think the trophies actually matter. The first one was legitimately the gunslingers, but we're gonna do this and put them under the ball and chain. So she hasn't done. Yeah, so we're gonna put them under the ball and chain to show how many trophies the ball and chain has gotten. And now we'll see. That's amazing. That is so fucking awesome. Do not refill the attack slot. Oh my god. This thing just... I mean, I'm honestly speechless. I've never had a like a boss end up getting stun locked like this. I mean, so if you're watching this and you're like, what the hell? This game's super easy. It's scenario 1. All of the grief-bound scenario 1s kind of lean more in your favor. I mean, but then again, the attack he did get off at the very beginning of the game, almost, I mean, it dropped both of my characters down to like 5. Actually, I think it was lower than that. So it can get really nasty. So this is just super funny. Now Elite's coming back out too. And he's just gonna get wrecked. Okay, so that was the start of that. Now we're gonna activate tornadoes. It's gonna attack no one and then move 2. So it's gonna move there. Then we have an event. Ugh. Fire spreading. Place 1 lament in Rift 1. Ooh, that's near us. Starting with the first player, each hunter with any burn deals 1 burn to all other hunters in range 0 to 1. Okay. Oh, well, that's gonna be a burn over here. Because, yep. And then if you're fighting the Convergence, deal 1 burn to each hunter in range 0 to 1 from the Griefbound or Tornado. We are just out of reach. So I'd spread a little bit of fire over to the Technomancer. The river didn't put it all out. You're also limited to how the event deck as well. Okay, so that was that. That was the event. Minions. Yeah, this one is going to go here. Does it attack all hunters? Attack all hunters, yep. And that is going to be 1 damage. Boom. So, yeah, again, the weird part is she had 4 shield, and it's just more of, hey, I have 4 shields, so I can protect myself from 4 damage, but instances of 1 will get rid of all of it too. Okay. Elite is back out, and it's probably not going to matter. 8 health, though. But I have a pretty good feeling we're probably going to wreck it. He's staggered. You know what this is reminding me of? This is reminding me of Dark Beast Parl from Bloodborne, where the boss looks so cool, but then you just stagger the shit out of him, and then you just kind of feel bad. Alright, so there we are with that. And we can actually potentially no head. What is this one? Torso? Yeah. Yeah, if we wreck this one, that would leave two cards, which would go into final attack. But now we're on special, so activate all tornadoes, range 0 to 1 with 3 dice, then it's going to move 2. So, boop. That's not good. Yeah. Okay. I wonder if one of his stage brings out another tornado, because it says activate all tornadoes. Okay. Well, that was that. We actually have no lament. We haven't been picking it. Oh my god, yeah, hold on. Oh man, yeah, we should have lament. Because, well, yeah, an enemy... Watch, I'm gonna have, like, have butchered this the whole time. It doesn't actually say. Yeah, an enemy is definitely the Griefbound. That, yeah, it has to be. Because otherwise, that would be pretty... But then, it's who... So if the ball and chain is dealing damage to an enemy, then who's getting the kill if it cracks a spot? I guess we could just do, yeah, because we should have. I keep forgetting about giving us the lament for cracking the locations. I might have to Google this one just in case, because otherwise, yeah, we've been getting wrecked this whole time. It sounds so stupid. Is a Griefbound an enemy in the Bible? Grimcoven. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. Obviously. Luckily, Board Game Geek. Yes, the Griefbound is an enemy. It's grouped with minions and elites in the glossary. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. So I guess, yeah. I'll just say it's been the same regardless of who gets it. But yeah, we definitely should have more lament. I forgot to give myself. Anyway, so we're in the corruption phase. Starting with him. Lose 1 corruption or gain 1 tactic. Ooh, you know, I'm going to lose the corruption. Because I have no hunger. I'll just put these face up. And then for her, move, heal 2, or gain 2 shield. I'm actually going to have her heal 2. And that's it. Yeah, that's 0 to 5. Nice. And then, yeah, we'll spend the lament each. So she's popping up to 5. He actually goes back to 1. Do I want another... Well, let's see what I got. Extra powder, a shield, gives me a bullet. I'm actually in prime fuck-up mode for this guy. Or precise shot, gain a tactic, deal 1 damage in the weapon range, deal 1 additional... I'm doing the tactic build. Hot. Okay. So now we'll pass this over and refresh. Okay. Although I think I'm just going to have her keep those. So she's going to take 1 damage from the burn. He, on the other hand, didn't get a single cleanse. So I'm taking 2 damage from the burn. Okay. So she can do some cool stuff. Damn. Okay. Yes, so I can definitely... Well, I'm going to have to get a double arrow. So I'm going to spend the cog to turn this green to a double arrow. Yeah, if I remember right, it was purple was double cleanse, blue is double shield, green is double arrow, and black is double dagger. So the question is, I can do... Can I have her fuck up the elite? I might be able to. 1, 2. Nope, he didn't get a cleanse. She can give him a cleanse with the assist, but do I need it? Because I'm trying to beat out both of their entry 1s, if it's possible. Hers, I think I can get done, but I want to pop the I need to pop this one first, which I haven't even looked at because I've just looked at how much health. Deal 3 damage to each hunter in range 2 to 3. Well, that'd be all of them. Each hunter in range 0 to 1 moves in a line as far away from the creep bound as possible. They take 1 unblockable damage for each space they move. Gross. And it's a focused move 4. I always found the focused... So this game, I think, works best at lower player counts. Because I've played this game at 2 and 4. And to be fair, the 4-player game was a scenario 1, because it was 3 people's newest. It was their first time playing. But I think I just like the 2-player feel of this one. This game gets a little too long, although I don't think there's very few games that are best at max player counts anyway. Anyway, so I'm trying to think. So she has 1 burn. I can get her another one. We're all right next to that tornado, but we have ultimately kind of some max health. So I could have the gunslinger. I could get 2 tactics, heal 2, then do a precise shot. Actually, I can get a tactic, then use a precise shot to gain another tactic, and then deal a damage in the weapon range, which is 2 or more. So I could do 3 damage just with the precise shot, which is kind of cool. So that means with her, I need to do 8 damage to the Shadow Weaver, the Shadow Jacker. I hate. Get a cleanse, get a shield, dagger. I think I can pop his thing with just him. So if she assists, let's have her do the assist. Yeah. Oh, I did that, so I need to move that to a dagger. Yeah. So now he has her assist, so he now has a cleanse. So I think I can activate all his stuff for his armor and weapons. So I think I can at least finish his entry. With her, what's the range? 1 to 3. That'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 damage. 4 damage. I can do 4 damage. 5, 6. I can do 6 damage. I can do 7 damage to the Shadow Weaver. And that would be, the problem is because she needs 5 burns and or stuns. She could potentially get a burn from the tornado. That is rough. 7 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Yep. So that means that I think I have everything over here. Because if I do the precise shot, well, I need to do an action, which would be this, so that's getting rid of the shield. Heal 1, gain a tactic, heal 1. Okay. Then, precise shot would deal 3 damage to him. It's not the head. 4... oh yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 5. And then well, actually, yeah, if we're relying on the ball and chain from smacking his ass, yeah, actually, I think I can help shoot the elite. Yeah, okay. So we are gonna lightning bolt. Whoops, that was a double arrow. Lightning bolt. I'm gonna gain 3 stun. And oh, the problem is I still need 2. So we'll put on Team Shield, put on Cleanse, and put on Tactic. Yeah, so that will deal 4 damage to the elite. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. And can I? Oh no, because I can't move into a space. So I don't think I can kill the elite. Well, again, I only need to do 6 damage, so I can just hope. Yeah, I could just hope that the tornado gives me a burn. The only way it gives me a burn, I think there's only one of those icons on here. Yeah. Which is why it's so difficult to just outright kill the Griefbound. You have to basically lower level them. Oh man, I guess we could also get an event that has me give a burn. Because I'm at 1, 2, 3. Do I have any way to give myself? Nope. Alright. Oh, maybe I'll get lucky. So, yeah, we're going to move in there. And then we'll use... yeah, we'll use that, deal 1 damage. So I was only able to do 3, 4, do 5 damage. But it's to each enemy, so that'll kill the last minion and give her a lament and a shield. Okay. Well, we'll see how that works out. I'll be sad if she doesn't get... Because, I mean, the thought was just I could just move here and get that burn. And it might actually be worth it just to do that instead of 1 damage to... Yeah, you know what? Let's just move into here. Because she's going to get 2 lament instead. So, she doesn't have a shield, she doesn't have the 1 lament, but she does have a 2nd burn, so she has 3 stun and 2 burns, so she will finish her entry 1. Now, the question becomes, okay, so I haven't done the precise shot yet. So the first thing we're going to do is get rid of the shield to heal 1 and gain a tactic. Then I'm going to use precise shot to gain a 2nd tactic, which I can because of my 3rd eye, and deal 3 damage in weapon range, deal 1 additional damage for each, yeah, so 3 total damage. And then, because no matter what, I should be able to rock the ball and chain should just fuck this guy up. So that means I need to yeah, that's how I was getting the 3 damage. So 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I can't even kill the elite myself. Rock the Casbah, rock the Casbah. Move 1. Discard a die. I can't discard a die. I might just weather whatever that Shadow Weaver does. And yeah, then. So we're spawning more minions, but that's pretty much it. I don't want to say it's like a for sure win, but it kind of is. So I'm just going to use the assist I got to move 1. There's not really anywhere I can't... Well, actually, I can move here. And I could get rid of some minions. Or get rid of that minion. No, I can't. Yes, I can. Man. I actually don't know what to do. Because I guess I'm just aiming for activating both of their entry 1s. So that would be 1, 2... Yeah, okay. So then we'll sprint 1, 2, 3. And then I'll just shoot this minion. Because they're about to spawn anyway, just in case. And that'll get me Lament. And the good news is, unless he heals, the damage will stay on him. And no minions are activating, which is nice. Okay. So, at the end of the Hunter phase, which it is, read entry 2. Father teaches us about monsters, and we listen. Even that loggerhead Evan finally shuts his dirty mouth, which is good. Father describes every one of those bastards in detail, showing us the proper weapons to use, the creature's weak spots, and ways to deal with them. Fine. But Not all of us are ready to hear it, like that dummy Preston. Alright, so the gunslinger just has all these people that he just hates. The jerk will later cry all night, and none of us can take it. We must rest, for each coming day is longer and longer, tougher and tougher. I must beat the shit out of my meat before I get the chance. I must beat the shit out of the little moron. It should make him shut up. I must beat the shit out of my meat. It's not that father will hear the crying and run into the bedroom, whipping all around. Whipping ain't gonna hurt me anymore. Whipping all around. Whipping ain't gonna hurt me anymore. It's the crying. It's too late for that. Preston should know it. We are the descendants of Old Flint. We don't cry anymore. Oh, hey, Old Flint. Who said that? It was, the Hungry Spirits. Thomas is not with us anymore. Father took him out to hunt the undead, but he returned alone, and nobody had the guts to ask what happened. I don't know what to think. Well, I am certainly not going to miss Thomas. He was a joke. Terrible shot, and not able to focus. Couldn't even run well. It's like he was in a wheelchair. You can't even run well. It's like... I'm sure Father took him out to get rid of him, and I am sure that tomorrow he's going to drag his corpse back to show us what the undead did to him. Damn right. There are some who should see what we will be up against. In the meantime, with Thomas gone, Jared proclaimed himself the leader of our gang over my dead body. Gotta solve the problem now. I didn't expect Jared to gather so many followers. They got me good. It's gonna be at least a week in the infirmary. Damn, I should have watched my back. Filthy bastards, all of them. I need to get out of here before Father returns. I can't miss out on the training, and I can't stand Mother anymore. Her delicacy is making me sick. But she is a good storyteller. I like listening to her stories, especially the one about the grief-bound called The General. I wonder why it attracts me so much. Unlock the Fire Spitter card. Place it behind the Gunslinger. And then the quest, kill at least 3 enemies in a single hunter phase. Well, that's definitely not happening. But... what do I got? What is it, G1? There it is. Is that a shoddy? There we go. Also, a godsend to this game was the 3D insert. Fire Spitter. Hell yeah. So, deal 1 damage in range 1 to 3 in line of sight, but for any die. And then deal 3... So, oh, God. Oh, that's cool. So for an arrow, a cleanse, and a shield, deal 3 damage to 3 different enemies in range 1 to 3. That's cool. I obviously don't have this right now, but that's pretty dope. And then she has 3 stun and 2 burn. So at the end of the hunter phase, have a total of 5 burns and or stuns. Metallurgy is an expensive science to pursue, and my growing irritation has led me to take up magic. Magic defies definitions, lacks clear rules, and most experiments produce different, if not even contradictory, results. There are also a limited number of sources, but still, it is entirely captivating and a perfect way to rise above the average and reach the sky. Besides, I have devised a development strategy that never occurred even to the old Parthena. I will try blending magic with existing branches of science. My initial experiments in this field are rather promising. It is almost certainly possible to blend magic and chemistry, biology, physics, and metallurgy to give those branches of science new possibilities. If I make correct assumptions, I will be able to transform human bodies. We, scientists and researchers, do not dream. Well, at least we should not do it. We plan, we make assumptions, and set goals. And my goal is suddenly clear to me. I must be able to become a better version of myself. The mere thought of it makes my skin tingle. Mother died yesterday. I could not accompany her in her last moments because my agenda on that day was completing the experiments with metallurgically enhancing muscles, which is of utmost importance. Besides, I loathe sentiment. However, today I will honor her memory in a more useful manner. I will dissect her body to determine the cause of death. What is more, I will also take samples of her tissue, fragments of muscles, and a few organs. Finally, she will become useful to me in my science. God damn! Besides, there is a fair chance that she has left me some money to continue this research. It would be advantageous. I do not regard history as science because of its reliance on unproven facts, but I have taken a break to explore what Parthena's field of interest was and what her capabilities were. The research of the search left me breathless. She reached ungraspable heights in magic, which makes my success look miserable. The discovery has awakened a storm of powerful feelings that I was not aware of before. They are disastrous, for they distract me and deprive me of sleep, but also motivate me. It is entirely unscientific, but I have chosen a new agenda for myself. I must surpass Parthena, and she didn't even think of blending magic and science. My dream is to transform myself into a better, stronger, and faster human being, and my goals are to research artificial organs, extra muscles, and hardened skin. My mother's meager inheritance has ended. I am devastated, but I must postpone my research. I will not be able to continue working on expanding human possibilities until I gather more funds. I desperately seek new means. Quite understandably, I am troubled by nightmares so vivid that they disturb me even when I am awake. In them, I see Parthena in a perfect body of unlimited possibilities, but blurred and distant. It is a clear signal that my goals may become hers, too. My anxiety is growing and balancing on the edge of desperation. The future me is what I desire. That, and the name of Parthena erased from history books. You will be bested by someone you don't even know, old one. My name is Beatrice. Beatrice? And my work will be discussed, not yours. It has to... My name is Beatrice. Is that a typo? There's no one named Beatrice. I know it's fake, fake fantasy or whatever, but come on. Unlock the modular spear, and then have 3 weapon or armor attachments. Well, I'm not even close to that, but nice. I don't know why I put these up. So 3. There it is. The modular spear. And then I have the bookmarks here, even though these are like the worst bookmarks ever. Especially because they're all like bent. Those bookmarks that I used to use these whenever I used to read a shit ton, like actual books. Now I have a Kindle, but I remember one time, because they're the ones that you like slide in, and I dropped the book and it landed on the bookmark and it just ripped the pages. Alright, cool. Modular spear. For a cog, deal 1 damage in any range and line of sight. That's cool. And then for 2 cleanse or 2 arrows, deal 2 damage in range 0 to 3 and line of sight. Nice. Okay, cool. Liked that. And then I'll just put this in here, because there's no way in hell am I doing any of these. I'll just put those like so, because I'm not going to be playing the Gunslinger or Technomancer on the next fight. There's not enough characters to have different ones every single time, because there's 2, 4, 6, 8. There would if I was playing true solo, like just one fighter. I could do one per fight, but yeah, I mean, these characters, I have 3 upgrades each, and I mean, these are the size of their evolution decks. So okay, so that was that. That was the end of the hunter phase. Beginning of the event phase, ball and chain. That will be 3 damage, so that will crack this one again, which will give everyone a lament. Put it under the ball and chain, and then we'll see. Well, he's gonna be going into final phase anyway, and yeah, so that one is all hunters in range 0 to 2. Oh, which is no one. Never mind. But then we would refill, so it would go like that. Nice. All right. So that was that. Gotta do the Tempest Wrath. So we are gonna attack all hunters in range 0 to 1 with 3 dice. Yeah. Okay. With 3 dice. So it's gonna be the hunter. So that one does nothing. This one is a damage. And then nothing. Damn. Then move 2. So I guess it's going to move into here. Then we have an event. Oh, God. The Duel! Okay. Place 1 Lament in Rift 4. Hunters may gain 3 corruption each to ignore this effect. If players cannot agree, the first player decides. 3 corruption each. Choose 1 hunter to gain 4 shield and teleport to the Griefbound space. All other hunters resolve sprint to move away from the Griefbound. All enemies move 3 away from the Griefbound. Sure. We'll choose the Necromancer. Teleport there. Oh, we're in the spot with the ball and chain. I forgot about that. Resolve sprint to move away from the Griefbound. Okay. 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3. All enemies move 3 away from the Griefbound. Yeah, this is an undead general event. Okay. No minions. The elite is doing something. If there is a hunter in range 0 to 2, there is not. Otherwise, in power, move 1. Okay, so we'll move 1 right there. Then spawn 4 minions. 2 times number of players. So we're going to start in 1. Then 2. I'm going to guess this is 3. Yep. 3 and then 4. Additionally, all enemies in range 0 to 2 gain 2 shield. So, that one. Alright, that actually wasn't that bad. Then, we are here. If there are 2 or fewer attack cards left in play, which there are, enter the final act. Nice, so we get rid of these. And then, yep. Shit. Oh, it says heart. This cannot be discarded from this turn slot. Attack all hunters on the map with 4 dice. Eat ass. Okay, so on the final attack card kill, roll a die, and then, yeah, that's the one part I've never been 100% on, but, so that was that. Then, we are going to spawn 2 more. And 1, 2, 3, 4, so we're on 5 and 6. So, over here, and back here. Okay. And this is heart. 8 damage is what we gotta do, which is definitely possible. But we got the corruption phase, starting with the Technomancer. She has 5. You may deal 2 unblockable damage to 1 other hunter in range. So she's gaining 2 hunger. And that was that. And then now, heal 2 or deal 1. I'll just heal 2. Sadism. Hell yeah. Then, now we can spend Lament to advance. I'll spend the 2 to advance, and she will spend 2 to advance. I might actually give her an extra die. Banishment. Choose a minion or elite enemy in line of sight. Teleport that enemy to any empty space on the map. That's nice. Fire barrier. You may gain 1 burn, deal 1 damage. In range 0 for each burn you have. Well. And the armor attachment. After any armor action, you may discard 1 burn. That's cool. Didn't go with the... that one's gonna be rough anyway. I'd have to get real lucky on a roll. But that's it. We are gonna refresh. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm actually insanely surprised at that. Okay. Well, we're gonna have her take 2 damage from the burn. Oh, I actually got some cleanses. But I might actually keep it, yeah. And then this will pass over. Alright. Let's do this. Weapon range. Yeah, because I need to do 8 damage. And I think we got it. Because we are going to spend this arrow to forge a bullet that will ignore line of sight restrictions. Then we will spend this. Yeah, because I still have 2 tactics, actually. I don't need 2 daggers, so we'll spend another dagger to develop another bullet. Then I'll use this dagger to deal 1 damage in range 2 in line of sight, but with my lament-seeking bullets and my other bullet, I can ignore line of sight restrictions. I'm only dealing 2 damage, but I can shoot him without having to be in line of sight. And then, because I can pretty much, and not guarantee, it's a 1 in 12 chance to auto kill him. Although I can't remember how it works. So what do I want to do? I didn't get any of that. Oh, I actually could just use these. I can't gain a tactic, but I could just kill that. Yeah, I haven't really upgraded him all that much. I guess I'll just gain 2 armor. And then move 1. Sure, I'll just move 1 there. Because it's pretty much the Technomancer who's going to be doing all the damage. So first things first, I'm going to use her maintenance reboot to get rid of 4 status tokens. I could actually... Yeah, no, this is going to be cool. Because then I'm going to get rid of all the stuns. I'm going to spend the cog to turn this into another double cleanse. Do Fire Barrier, gain another burn. Then deal 1 damage in range 0 for each burn I have. 1, 2, 3. So that will be 3 damage of burn to the Convergence because I'm right there. Then I will throw my phone away because it keeps going off. Then what's that? 1, 3, 4, 5. She does have a tactic, but I don't have a way to get I can't get another cog. She already has 4 shield as well. So let's go ahead. Is there even a way to get a dagger on the... No, there's not. Okay. I could teleport to a chosen space in line of sight. Which could be over here, actually. And 3, 4, 5. Yeah. I will teleport to a space in line of sight, so I will yeehaw out of here. Then I really don't have anything to actually do with with these. Yeah, I'll move 2, and then yeah, let's do the Hungry Spirits. Take this card. I'll discard a Lament. To heal 2 and get rid of 1 status token. Get rid of 1 of the burns. And yeah, I guess we'll leave it at that. Because start of the round, Ball and Chain coming in clutch. Roll a die. It is going to be, I will re-roll that. There we go. That will be 3 damage. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that will be 8 damage to the Griefbound. Which, on, we will roll 1 die. And if I get the 1 out of 12 result, he just dies. Oh my fucking god, I actually did. I was expecting to not ever get that. Yeah, the Griefbound is dead. We win! Awesome. That's so funny. Because here's what I've always been uncertain of. I think someone's clarified this for me, but I don't remember what they said. But so, on any other result that's not that, it says reduce the level of the Griefbound by 3. So it's level 2. So it's, if you reduce it by 3, it would go down to -1. Or that's on the burst. On the claw, it's reduce the level of the Griefbound by 2. If the Griefbound's level cannot be lowered, the Griefbound is dead. Scenario win. So that's very kind of vague, because if it can be lowered technically, just not by the amount it's given. So I've always wondered, okay, does it have to be, if it's level 4 and it gets reduced by 3, it goes down to 1. So it can be lowered. So that means you would have to deal with this final act twice. Or you'd have to kill this final act card. So I've never been 100% clear on that. I'm sure it's been answered actually by this point, but I just don't remember. However, didn't matter. Anyway, I rolled the 1 out of 12 result, because I think there's just 1 of those. And we know the MVP was 100% the Ball and Chain. That thing just shredded. But it could have easily, I just got insanely lucky on the rolls. Actually, being able to tactic and re-roll was also very handy for this specifically. But yeah, move 2 towards the closest enemy, deal 3 damage to each hunter and enemy in range 0, because we were never in its space. Because it could have easily just followed us around and wrecked us. But the epilogue. Lust boiled in my veins, stronger and heavier every day. I lay sleeplessly during summer nights, desiring a warm body next to mine. Why was I alone? Why would an ordinary person experience love and I couldn't? Why was it so easy for a wretched fisherman or dust-covered miner and not for me? I bought women and bestowed gifts on them, but I felt there was no affection there. I resorted to kidnapping them and forcing them to drink love potions, which gave me even less. Driven to frustration, I began killing them to avenge my solitude, and I would have gone on doing that if I hadn't met her. Alright, well, that's fucked. So, good on you, buddy. Sounds like your typical Redditor. But, yeah, that was it, everyone. That was Scenario 1 for the Convergence of, I guess, a short mini-series I'll be doing to showcase all the bosses. At least for Scenario 1. Maybe in the long-running future I'll do all Scenario 2s and stuff. But, yeah, that was a win for that, because you can keep track on here. So, which I've already beaten the Graveyard Dragon and the Undead General. But I'll redo all of those. And that's it, everyone. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you.